बहुत कुछ है सीखने को और बहुत कुछ है सिखाने को भी. And Anupriya, so good to see you in Delhi. पहले तो आप बताइए दिल्ली वाइब कैसी लग रही है?
हरदम अच्छी लगती है. बहुत नॉस्टैल्जिक भी है क्योंकि मेरी सारी स्कूलिंग यहीं से हुई है ऑलमोस्ट. And Delhi just seems like a different world sometimes to me because, you know, Bombay, the kind of atmosphere we stay in, the kind of life that we live there, it's too insular to our business, to our world. The connectivity with normal life is very, very limited.
Right.
Because our circle is also in the same film industry, in the same entertainment space. The works are also just, all the talks are around that. So यहाँ आके लगता है कि अच्छा ये normal life है.
तो मतलब हाँ दिल्ली एनसीआर आके ना और नोएडा आके ऐसे लगता है चलो यार थोड़ा थोड़ा you know there's some rest, some respite. People are not chasing you, they're not paps around.
No, see that is a blessing. ऐसा नहीं है कि बॉम्बे में चलते हैं और पीछे से ऐसे लोग ऐसे भीड़ लगा कर आते हैं.
नहीं ये है,
बिल्कुल
ये
नहीं
मैंने देखा है.
नहीं ऐसा मतलब एटलीस्ट मेरे लिए नहीं है. हाँ भगवान की दुआ से लोग पहचानते हैं, लोग अप्रिशिएट करते हैं काम. People come for pictures sometimes, but see at the point is that whenever they do, how much ever it can become a little abrupt sometimes, for sure. But it's also the blessing, right? Like that is a pure blessing. So you're obviously very happy about it. That is not something that I want to escape ever. And honestly, it's not like I'm the A-lister actor who's papped like that and who's you know sought after like that. To be honest, so I don't know that life. But coming to Delhi for me, when I say normal life, is more about people who go to work, build something in terms of constructively. Not just in the entertainment space, but otherwise, other facets of life that we live and we enjoy, but we are so far removed from that it doesn't even strike us anymore.
Yes. So Anupriya, you know, your life is inspiring in ways more than one. I mean, 13, you were barely 13 when you had just entered the factory of your family business. 13-14 साल में
Yeah,
थे आप,
around
है
13,
ना?
14. Yeah.
17 साल में आप समझ गए थे कि पापा का बिजनेस क्या है. And you know there's some responsibilities that you have to shoulder. और 19 साल तक you were already playing a major role in shouldering those responsibilities. I mean, how much did that affect you? I mean, even when I'm
उसके
saying
effects
I'm
अब
getting
पता चल रहे
goosebumps.
हैं. अब effects पता चल रहे हैं क्योंकि मुझे खूब सारी healing करनी पड़ रही है.
No, but seriously, as I'm saying that, I'm getting goosebumps because most of us, you know, who've been through that phase, we were just enjoying our lives by God's grace. सब कुछ हम अपनी studies में थे, college जा रहे थे, basically ऐश कर रहे थे, है ना?
Yeah. So no, that way, yeah, sure. I had a very different life trajectory that way. I try now to have fun now. And some people say that I'm reversing my childhood, especially my extended family. Whenever I recently went and told them, this is my passion, I want to do this. And they, didn't you do something related to your passion 10 years ago? And like, you've been doing your passion only last 10 years, what's wrong with you? Because when I started to act, I was already 26, 27. And a lot of my people were saying that, this is too late, why are you mad? And you're from the Madhu family, you don't know anything about this business, blah, 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 blah. And you two were the, the intelligent one, you two were the sincere one, what's wrong? You took care of the whole family, what's wrong? And so now when I go tell them that, अच्छा मुझे ना कुछ और भी करना है, so they're like, ये तुम्हारा चल क्या रहा है? So मुझे लगता है कि I have always taken risks in my life, but as a child, I was born into a business family, and unfortunately, since I was 8 years old, the business started to sink. And it was never even in my, ability to understand that I can go do work in a corporate setup or anything else. Because when you're born in a business family, you just know about business and nothing else. And in my case, my sisters were not enterprising. They were married by the time I was in school anyways. My brother was physically special. So it was very simple and very normal for them to assume that I will be the one taking care of business. And hence, because it was failing, because my mother had also become part of it, there was no distinction between being home or being in the factory. Every conversation was brought home, which is something I hate about the business space, and which also unfortunately carries on in the acting space, because your home is your area of work as well. So yeah, but at the same time I was very, very blessed to have those experiences which were very difficult at that age, in a way, because they made me who I am today. And I had that capacity that time because, age was on my side and I was very vigorous and you could take life head on and I could do all of those things. God knows that if I had to handle all those things today, I believe it would have been far, far more difficult. Not that I'm not handling things today, I still am. And yes, there is value in having a normal life. There is value in going to school and going to college and having a college life and all of those things. Because as I said, honest to God, I am going through my healing space now because of all the things that I went through then, and I did not really look deep within, did not stop, did not function, did not process, just kept on going on and on and on and on. And then acting isn't easy either. So, but yeah, everything happens for a reason, and I am here.
She's here and she's clearly winning the game. Your projects, about 12 to 13 years in the industry, over 25 titles to your credit. Your performances have always been labeled as flawless, and you continue to win hearts. I mean, if we actually look at your showbiz, the career so far, it's been amazing. And I think hats off to her, and a huge round of applause for Anupriya for
Thank
what
you. Thank
impeccable performances that she has given so far. And we're expecting the same in the years ahead. But abhi jab itna kuch, matlab, you've achieved so much. You're an inspiration to many. Does that bother you? Does that also affect you? Now there's a different level of expectations. There you were shouldering responsibilities for your family. Here it's now about creating yourself as a brand. Every actor is not just a mere name. It's a brand. Do you focus on that as well?
So unfortunately, I didn't. This is what I was sharing with you a while ago. Like even Mukesh, when he was calling me, I was like, all these brand-related questions, I don't think I've really functioned on myself as a brand at all. I wish I had. I wish I had, thought about, okay, how do I want to position myself? Where do I see myself? What defines me? Blah, blah. All I knew was this is the kind of work I want to do. I want to run my family and I want to act, and I want to hopefully act with people I get inspired with and create something. I always have wanted to do some social work in life, and for many years I did not think that, acting, tum actors hain, doctors thodi na hai. I was one of those people. But now I realize that no, when you're acting, you're also reaching people in their hearts, in their homes, in their day-to-day lives, and how I sometimes content and entertainment helps me through my difficult days, a lot. Those are my respites. So now I realize that, yeah, we are doing much more than just entertaining people also. We are living life with them. And thanks to that opportunity that I get being an actor. But this is where it stopped for me. I never really thought of it as a brand. I wish I did. But today, when I was witnessing the panel before us, it was so weird because a lady here said that, when they get fame and it's like the little respite out of a tiring day, a hectic day. And I could so relate to that. Because even though I haven't really started a startup, I have been investing in myself, in my acting career. Every day is stressful. Every day, one day you're great and you're having promotions and you're having releases and blah, blah. And again, you go back to the table and you're reading scripts and you're meeting people and you're waiting for that right thing to come along. And, there are good days, there are bad days. And it just keeps going on. At every new stage, like when I got, for the first time after Tiger Zinda Hai or Padmavat or War, a new life chapter started. Before that, I used to go do auditions every day and, go 10, 12 auditions a day.
10, 12 auditions a day.
10 to 12 auditions a day.
What time would you start and what time would you get back home?
Actually, so most of these auditions were ad auditions. Film auditions were far and few. And we'd have that one chola wherein would have different type of outfits. I'll carry props with me to different auditions and just finish. So I think in a month, we would easily give about, say, roughly 500 auditions maybe, if I'm not wrong.
And how many offers
maybe, I'm not sure if I'm calculating it correct, but I think maybe 300 auditions at least, if I'm not wrong. And you would probably just get selected with two, that's a good number. That's a very good number. And there were times when I would be shortlisted for like 30 projects, and not get through any. So you're listening. So as an actor, that uncertainty goes with you all the time. Yes, the degree of uncertainty has reduced because now that I've come somewhere, I'm not doing those many auditions. I'm not going through that much rejection. But now, as you said, the pressure is different because you want to now that pressure of being someone comes, and going forward from here comes and doing something different because otherwise, from all the spaces that I've been in, acting and business and corporates, I think acting is the most difficult for me. It's been the most challenging space and where I've learned the most as a human being. And at least for me. And very similar to a founder or a startup experience, maybe. I'm not saying that must be a different ballgame altogether, but from what I can perceive from my limited ability. So there it's now you know that if you are working on it every day and going through so much stress and uncertainty, it's only valid if you do something different.
True.
You don't want to repeat what you've already done. You want to challenge yourself, push your boundaries and experience, because that's how I wanted to become an actor, to experience different lives. So all those things, it's I think the pressures become different because your yardsticks for yourself keep changing, and it's a very uncertain environment. Just like a business where you can't put you can't take your feet off the pedal. Over here, you really can't lose focus at any point because the moment you do, you're gone.
It's out of sight, out of mind. I think, it just works very well for showbiz, unfortunately. Okay, so that's about the acting part. What about how you would want to invest your money? कोई है जो आपको guide करते रहते? Maybe it comes from your parents, it comes from family, but do they tell you, अच्छा इधर invest करो, इधर कर लो, या
Not
कुछ
my
business
parents,
ventures?
no, because for me personally, I saw a lot of money go being a child. I saw a lot of properties getting liquidated, jewelry, cars being taken away, all sorts of things. And because I saw properties getting taken away as a child a lot, for me, having assets was always very important. So I bought my first piece of land, when I was, I think, 17, 18.
That's huge. I
And-
mean, at 17.
No, that was my
if you-
father's money, but that was not my money. We had liquidated something, and I got a little bit of 7-8 lakh rupees from there, which I kind of divided here and there, and I bought something very cheap at that time. But from there on, that was one. Then I bought my first flat, which was purely on home loans. And then I bought something else. So I was investing heavily in properties earlier. I would take a home loan, buy a property, wait for it to get appreciated a little bit, mostly buy under construction, and then sell it. I'd almost become a sub-broker in my own right. And yes, I have invested in shares, in equity a couple of times, burnt my hands too. Now I have a financial advisor because I've done all of that, and now in some part of me, I just don't want to do it anymore. I want to be peaceful at this point.
Basically, play it safe. कि भाई अब ना मुझे वही
More
बताना
than
है जहाँ पे
playing it safe, I want to be peaceful at this point. So I think right now it's mutual funds for me, and I have a financial advisor who takes care of it. And though, yeah, I that's why at times I'm very scared to be in these environments because I have that kira of investing and being with new startups and stuff like that. And I kind of try control myself that no, you have other things going right now, so don't. But yeah.
But there are too many options available right now. We were just, listening to the previous investors, and they were talking about their own brands. But there are different types of ventures also, that are available. कुछ आपको ऐसा खटका है कि यार ये अच्छा लग रहा है business venture? It could be wellness, it could be about sexual wellness, it could be, I mean, anything. But is there anything
But are
that
you saying from a business point of view? Are
as
you
a
saying
business point of view, yeah.
so?
As an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, what sort of business venture would you like to put your money in?
I think, see, any entrepreneur for that matter, I believe the most important thing is not just the money aspect of it. It's why you want to do it also, right? That's where I come from. As in, do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to serve? Do you have a passion behind it? There has to be your individual voice. And whatever you're trying to do should interest you too. There is no point of doing something if you're not passionate or not, your heart is not in it. अब भले वो कपड़े बनाओ, चाहे आप गाड़ी बनाओ, चाहे आप
Restaurants
जूते
खोलो।
सिलो या कुछ भी करो या खाना बनाओ, रेस्टोरेंट्स चलाओ, आपको मज़ा आना चाहिए लोगों को खिलाने में, या आपका एक पर्टिकुलर क्विजीन जो आप ढूंढ रहे थे शायद एज अ food
It's basically
connoisseur.
an extension of
Correct,
yourself.
something that you are looking for and you don't get.
Yeah.
And something that probably you want to serve people with. So for me, right now, wellness has been a big part of my journey. And I have received a lot from it. So I want to give back in that way. Whatever I've acquired, whatever knowledge I've acquired, however it has helped me. And I know in today's time and age, it's the most needed thing. I don't look at it as a profession, unfortunately. Again, like since I've got into acting, I've started looking at things as in a very business sort of a way. Though, yeah, of course, making money is important, but I'm more looking at it in terms of being able to give back and being able to grow within and become self-sufficient in it myself financially, and also contribute to the society.
Right. Having seen so many things, happen in your life, in your professional and personal life, I mean, जैसे आपने बोला कि cars जा रही थी घर से, चीजें जा रही थी घर से. If you had to give yourself an advice to, let's say, a 13-year-old, when you had started witnessing what was happening in the family, क्या एडवाइस अब आप अपने 13-year-old को देना चाहेंगी ताकि चीजें थोड़ी सॉर्टेड रहती? क्या आप बोलती हैं अपने आप को?
अभी मैं बहुत स्पिरिचुअल स्पेस में हूँ तो मेरी सारी एडवाइसेस भी वैसे ही निकलती हैं शायद, लेकिन आई थिंक दैट टू बी फेयर आई डोंट थिंक अगर मैं अपनी 13-year-old को आज की अपनी एडवाइस देती उसको समझ में आती वो बात, बिकॉज दैट शी हैड टू गो थ्रू दैट जर्नी. मेरे आज बोलने से कुछ फर्क पड़ता नहीं.
तभी क्या होता? कीप गोइंग.
वो तो वी ऑल डू. आई थिंक वो बहुत रिडंडेंट लाइन है, कीप गोइंग. वी एनीवेज डू. अगर आपको जीना है एंड आप में पैशन है और आप कुछ करना चाहते हो, आपकी वॉइस है, यू विल कीप गोइंग. आई वुड से दैट लाइफ फिगर्स rather than just saying keep going, I would have said keep at it, do what you are doing, don't take the stress on yourself. You do your bit. जो बोलते थे ना फल कर चिंता मत कर, वो हम लोग खाली बचपन से एक लाइन में सुनते आए हैं, पर उसका एक्चुअल में मतलब है लाइफ में कि आप अपना काम करिए, भगवान आपको दे देगा जो आपका जहाँ पहुँचना है आप पहुँच जाएंगे. आप वो जो लेके हम लोग को बोलते हैं ना, डोंट बी ऑन द ड्राइविंग सीट, बी इन द पैसेंजर सीट. दैट डजंट मीन. इट टुक मी अ व्हाइल. फॉर द लास्ट 4 years I've been struggling with this concept. That what do you mean? Should I work? Should I take stress? Should I not do it? Do I take myself seriously? And being in an acting space, it becomes even more confusing because you have to take yourself so seriously. You have to take yourself what you're wearing, what you're doing, how you're being papped. Like at the airport today, it was so important for me because someone was papping me and I was like, I don't want to be, I'm not dressed up. I'm like, please don't. I'm like, ma'am, you can't do this. I'm like, of course I can.
See, that's where, the brand part comes. They are clicking you because you're a face that people absolutely adore. Those videos then fetch money to all the news organizations. Those videos also fetch money to the paps.
Yeah.
So that's where, brand building that we always talk about. That's
enough.
a brand.
Yeah,
it's a
fair
brand
enough.
that you're
So-
selling without knowing it.
So basically, I had not looked at it like that. As I said, I wish I had. And probably now, and maybe today, by God's grace, something, chumcode. And probably I'll start trying to look at it that way also. But so I was just trying to say that I believe that you need to do what you do. Take life seriously enough to put in your 100%. Of course, you'll have difficult days. Of course, there'll be difficulties and uncertainties, and you'll be perplexed, and things will go wrong. But just that being able to be with yourself in your body, that's your biggest healer. Your breath is the biggest healer. Knowing that as long as you're doing what you're doing and you're able to do at that time will take you somewhere. God is there, your universe is there to support you, and you're being supported every day in millions of ways. It's easier said than done. But that understanding had, I think the quality of my life and the mental level that I've reached today would have been probably far more.
I think, ऐसी बातें हैं that, people connect with you so easily. And every win that you have in your life almost looks like a personal win, for your fans.
Thank you.
Look at what you did at IFA. You got an award there for Berlin. And the applause continues to come in. So I think there is that connect with your fans. If you had to tell anything, let's say to the upcoming entrepreneurs जिनको नहीं पता है, जिनको नहीं पता क्या करना है या किस तरह से इस business में या कोई भी business में जाएं, since you've seen life, you've had your own ups and downs, आपके अपने ही lessons जो आपने hard lessons सीखे हैं, what are those lessons that you would like to share with your fans here? From your own learnings, what is it that you would like to send out as a message?
I think first of all, never shy away from hard work. I don't think there are any shortcuts in life, you know. I think magic can happen, miracles do happen, so have belief in that. But don't substitute hard work for thinking that life will be kind and universe will be so nice to you that they will just give everything. They will give you whatever if you work hard. That is the bottom line for me. So there is no shortcuts at the same time. That's the dichotomy. At the same time, as I said, knowing that things are going to work out also. So having patience, having the faith, and taking care of yourself is very important. Doing something that you're passionate about, finding your own voice, why you want to do it, the whys. I think sitting down and writing down as to why you want to do it, where do you see yourself, what kind of money, being realistic about what do you have in terms of resources, jotting down everything that you have in terms of contacts, in terms of your financial resources, whether you are financially viable for some time, if you have to choose to not work and earn. Like if I left acting, when I started to act and I left my corporate job, I needed to know whether I was, because I was the only supporter of my entire family. At all times, I was very clear that this is what I need to bring on the table. If I don't, I'll go back to my corporate job. And thankfully, because I had worked in my business and because I'd worked in my corporate job, I knew that I'll always be able to find a job, because I'd done that much work. I had that much confidence. So that has been a big blessing for me in this acting career. It's also been a curse because I always keep looking for option 2. I've always been too realistic. But at the same time, no, jokes apart, it's been a blessing. And so writing down everything, working on the details, I realized that I used to never take advices. I never went out to people thinking, okay, who are the people I can reach out to? Like, I've had friends who are in different fields and I don't even think that, okay, I can talk to this person about this and that. That is very important because many times you know a lot of people in your community who are probably there to help. At the same time, knowing what you want to take and what you want to let go. Taking advices doesn't mean that you get influenced by what people are saying. You have to have your own mind. And that's why I say self-care. If had someone told me how to take care of yourself, and I think that should be taught to kids, because it's in our heritage. Things like yoga, breathing, being connected to your own self is so much in our culture, and it's completely lost. Those things should be taught in school. So, yeah, I would say that living a healthy lifestyle, making choices which are pro you as an instrument, as a human being, whether be it working out, whether be it exercise or the right routine, not for the purpose of just losing weight and looking your best, in order to expand, in order to be able to function at your most efficient best, because that's what we do wrong, we keep working and sacrificing our health and our own happiness, thinking, oh, this is needed right now, but we don't realize that all that energy that we are putting is going to get toxic for us, and our own ability to do the same work is going to get depreciated.
True.
So all those things, I believe.
And your mother's reaction, matlab, Marwadi family ke hain aap. You had your own dreams. What was your mother's reaction when, now when she sees that, you have such amazing work to your credit? How does she react? Are you treated as an actor at home, or you're still the
No, I don't think I'm
same?
treated as an actor by anyone in my close circle. Yeah.
Nobody does that.
No, of course not. That doesn't happen. Mukesh will always treat me like I'm Anu, who he's known from. We used to work in a call center together. That's how we know each other. Okay. I was barely 19 at that time, 18, 19. And We have a story, but that's for another day. But yeah, so, and I used to work at nights and go in the morning and do my factory work, and Mukesh like, "Arey tu kar legi yaar, ho jayega." So yeah, so nobody does that. My mother, I think my parents are not starstruck. They were never excited about the fact that I went into the this business. In fact, they didn't even realize it for the first 2.5, 3 years. Uh, they just knew that I was doing something, and they didn't know that whether this is just a phase or I'm really going to start acting. I was already working in a Telugu film. There were articles about me, and my father did not know that I'm acting.
But you didn't even read any of the articles. कहीं उनको पता चला
So,
कि क्या हो रहा है?
because the thing is that I have had a very different relationship with my family. I've always been the dadi, the caretaker, doing my own thing, just taking care of them. And they also just believe that, हाँ ये कर लेगी, हो जाएगा, ठीक करेगी. They just have had that full faith in me, touch wood, since I was a child. And I've taken that also. I've taken that responsibility too, for them to have that faith. So they never really questioned my choices or really ever paid attention to what is going on. Initially, when things would get released, I will not even tell them. They would come to know by other people.
And they would call you and ask you, ये तुम्हारा ही project है. What would they say? Why would you not tell them?
मुझे strike ही नहीं करता था. मतलब नहीं करता था मुझे. बाद में मुझे वो जो था कि celebrate करना चाहिए एक चीज को, वो मुझे अब समझ में आता है. पिछले कुछ सालों में मुझे पहले celebrate करना नहीं आता था.
So Padmavat, when that offer came,
No,
the song
Padmavat I
came.
took them. I didn't take them for Tigers in the Hair, and they didn't. I never saw the movie with them. And by the time Padmavat came, because somehow my parents were in my house and we were going for the screening, so I took all of them, I think. By the time War came, yes, I saw it with everyone. And by then, I think they had started to also kind of feel something. But before that, it was always about, "Ki acha, you're doing this. Are you happy? Are you okay? You're fine. You're good." And I think deep down, me and my mother have been huge fans of Smita Patil, Shabana Azmi, that kind of cinema. So for me, there is this internal wish even today that one day I do that kind of work where I can take her to a screening and then I will tell her that, "Acha, dekho, ye maine kiya hai. Now you be happy." Like,
So that was the project that you would take immense pride in, because that is something that's on your
that's
wish
very
list.
close to me.
That's
Like,
very
that's the dream I have. That's something I feel that she would really appreciate as a viewer. She does appreciate everything I've done. She's very grateful for that.
Ashram, criminal justice. I mean, it's all.
So basically, they are not that vocal about, kya hai ye. When there are times when I have gotten like mobbed and I've had many people, I have felt that I feel awkward in front of my parents. वो उनको भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि क्या करें, मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि कैसे
I think you just need to take them to the airport each time you're flying out of Mumbai.
No, so yeah,
So
there's
that
been
they
times
get used to
where
it.
they've seen like a lot of people around and taking pictures, and I have seen them very awkward. Like they are happy, but they're also very awkward not to know. But yeah, you do see that slight smile and there's pride and all of those things. But we don't really sit and discuss कि अच्छा ऐसा हो गया, ये कैसा लगा, ये shoot कैसा लगा. हम ये बातें करते ही नहीं हैं.